Dan will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. We are not playing any more Standard.
Dang it!
It's never happening again.
Dang it! Yeah, I really wanted to play an Omnath Mirror, though.
No.
I just wanted to play...
How dare you speak that name in this room?
You know we're playing Omnath later, right?
I'm leaving.
Oh, good. All right. Well, Dan you'll be taking over.
Dan can tag in.
Nice.
I'm done.
Are you saying you didn't have fun in the Standard tournaments this weekend?
I did not.
Neither did I.
We're not playing Standard.
Yeah, good. Good.
It's not happening.
We're playing some old stuff.
We're playing Modern.
Yes.
This is going to be our first one since the release of Zendikar Rising, and honestly, a lot of new deck, well, maybe not new decks, but revamped decks. There's been a lot of changes due to the introduction of these cards from Zendikar Rising, and a lot of small upgrades here and there for certain decks, and then a couple sort of just new archetypes that are really powerful.
Yeah, I looked at the Modern challenges, and I was like, wow, is this the same format? Like I was seeing so many different decks. I wasn't seeing all the prowess, all the amulet, and all that kind of stuff, and it looks a lot different. So I'm interested just to see, how it plays out.
Yeah, we've got a selection of decks that are all featuring cards from Zendikar Rising, so you can sort of start to explore these archetypes and get to know them. And I'm going to be starting with a deck that's been around for a little while in Modern and has sort of slowly been creeping up in power level and in playability. Well, it's been a meme for many years, but it's slowly getting better and better. And now suddenly seems to be, right there. Maybe not tier 1, but tier 2 for sure. It won the first challenge after ZNR's release. So,
really? Okay.
Yeah, this is Demir Mill.
Mill's good again. What a time to be alive.
Director Kyle is so happy.
Hedron Crab was already the best card in the deck.
Yep.
Right, and now they essentially have a second, a 5th through 8th copy in the deck. So that really increases both their, potential for explosive draws. Turn 1 Crab, turn 2 Crab, fetch land, mill 12. Is a really strong start, or just gives them multiples where one's going to sit around after a removal spell. Yeah, you're going to have that first one more often. It just increases the deck's consistency considerably by effectively adding 4 more copies of the best card. So that's a huge deal for this deck because when you're playing Mill, it's kind of like playing Burn. If you leave them at 1, it's like you didn't do anything.
Yeah. Pretty much, except just 1 card in library. I'm still skeptical. We're not going to see it in this matchup, but just milling over Uros, and giving people escape stuff. There's plenty of graveyard synergies that are in Modern as well that that mill helps out. So I'm interested to see if it's actually good, but winning a challenge, your deck's got to have some power to it, so that's impressive.
And the mill deck has gotten a lot more interactive over the years. We're playing removal, we're playing main deck different pieces of graveyard hate to mitigate that downside that you just described. So this deck is not just sort of an all-in mill you and hope to win a race. It does interact and uses things like Hedron Crab that can keep milling over the course of the game as you draw lands, and Mesmeric Orb that keeps milling over the course of a longer game.
And like Surgicals to take out the Uros and stuff. So that is pretty sweet.
So it uses more of those effects so it can play that interactive game while still enacting that mill plan. So not as many of just the one-shot effects. Those are really reserved for just Archive Trap and Glimpse the Unthinkable.
Just because there's so many cards built into one.
Just such good rates. So we're not playing, the 2-mana mill 7 or anything like that. Really looking to play a somewhat interactive game, set up that mill engine early, and then just force you to not really attack me, but to fight through that interaction all the time while your deck is just sort of slowly dwindling in size. You get to this point where okay, I finally played through their interaction, but I have 15 cards left, and now I fire off the one-shots in your deck. Nope,
that makes sense. Going to be interesting here. I am just playing a black-white Stoneforge deck. This also won one of the most recent challenge. I believe the actual most recent
Saturdays.
Saturday,
Weekend. I think this was Saturdays.
The deck looked really cool. It's kind of a style of list that we've seen before. Stoneforges, a bunch of hand disruption, some removal. But we get Skyclave Apparition from the new set that looked really, really good.
I've seen now in 3 or 4 different styles of decks.
Even Humans is kind of putting those in there.
It's a really powerful card.
It really is, and I think it is much better in Modern than it even is in standard. And I found a decent home with it in the Yorion build that I played, the Yorion and Omnath build that I played earlier. I know we don't. That's like the Voldemort now. We just don't speak his name.
No.
Yeah.
But you said his name.
Sorry, Gusher Hands, I'll call him from now on.
Both their names. You said both the names. That's like double bad.
Dan, don't call us out like this, okay?
I love it. Keep doing it. I also like how you said
Hey, I'm
us.
only here once in a while. I gotta do something.
That's true.
Dan has all this built-up anger that he needs to release.
Well,
I can't just saunter in like Rob, just sit down at the table and just go, "Hi, Rob."
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Well, I mean,
that's not me.
Dan, because when we know you're coming here, we take away the Karnak's nice gaming chair that we usually have back there, and we bring out the nail stool again. So it gets Dan a little angry. So so sorry, Dan. We like to prank you every time you come back. So
Love you too, guys.
Rob is also here often enough that he gets to meet out his, pent-up resentment in small doses, right?
Yeah. Dan's got to get it all out right away.
Yeah.
So
It's like a volcano.
I love it. Well, shall we get started and do some battling? I'm very curious if I'm going to get milled out.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I think the biggest thing from your side is going to be needing to apply pressure and establish that pressure. And the Orzhov deck can be weak in that regard because one of your main threats is Lingering Souls.
Yeah.
Which is very good at grinding through removal, but not very good at applying quick pressure.
But you are going to be giving me access to those Lingering Souls quite often, so we'll see what's up here.
God.
All right, yeah, let's start the show off with a Ross Mulligan. That's when you know it's going to be a good day. My hand's got some things and stuff I think I'm going to keep.
I don't think this hand is good enough. I don't interact. I'm not particularly fast. I already have 4 lands. I'm going to mulligan this.
All right. Let's start. Actually, I should be the one mulliganing. Then my deck has more cards in it.
Yeah, that's just smart.
That's just an extra spell you have to cast. Ship to 0, 60 cards. Good luck.
You've defeated me.
Yes, I'm going to keep. And Dan, do you got any questions to start our afternoon?
Yeah, people are actually wondering when we're going to branch off to different formats.
Yes.
Our good friend Anderson Leclerc is like, vintage show when?
We have
2 years
played
too late for that,
Vintage on
buddy.
Versus Live before.
Yeah.
That is that was before we were live. We played it on the Versus series before.
Okay.
Up to like when we first started SCG Con.
Yeah, I played Vintage a few times. That's a fun format.
I used to play a lot of Vintage from about 2004 to 2008.
Yeah.
It was a lot different back then.
Yeah, I bet.
I played Juggernaut.
There's no Luris.
Oh.
Yeah. Just to give you an idea of cards that were viable, I won a Vintage tournament with Juggernaut in my deck.
The 5/3 that must attack or whatever?
Can't be blocked by walls.
Okay. Was there a lot of walls?
No, it was just the best artifact creature for your shop deck to play.
Okay.
Lodestone Golem didn't exist.
I like that you added can't be blocked by walls, so I thought that was part of the plan,
no. But it's part of the card. It's the Juggernaut. It's the unstoppable the unstoppable force.
Okay. Yeah.
Walls can't block it. He just goes right through.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Flavor's there.
But there was no Slash Panther. There was no Lodestone Golem. There was no Walking Ballista. None of the cards in the shop decks play now were printed, so you had to play the worst creatures possible.
Nice.
But it was absolutely imperative that you actually put pressure on your opponent because eventually your Tangle Wires and Sphere resistance will stop mattering.
Yeah. What a time to be alive, huh?
I would go turn 1 Shop Mox Juggernaut, turn 2 Wasteland, Sword of Fire and Ice equip, attack you for 9. And
Nice.
some Vintage decks back then just couldn't beat that.
That makes
They
sense.
had no removal. If they didn't have Force Will, they were still dead.
Yeah, it sounds like a crazy format.
It was great.
I would love to give it a shot. Too bad it's a little tough to get those cards, I imagine.
Yeah, I will keep this, and I've got to put one back. Don't I?
Okay. Sure do.
That's less good.
Too bad.
Yeah. Oof. I think we just got to put back one of those.
Okay.
And start on a Delta Crack.
19.
And a Ruin Crab. I'm going to go to 17 and get a Watery Grave.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Crab. It's not what I wanted to see since I have an Inquisition. I was hoping you'd play something else. But that's going to happen when I'm on the on the draw here.
Show you my awkward double field draw.
Yeah, I'm going to take Glimpse. I don't care about the Thirst too much, so yeah, we'll take Glimpse.
Okay, so probably not going to have a Stone Forge coming here on turn 2.
You don't know.
You're right, I don't. I will play a Field of Ruin and mill you for 3.
Targeting me, are you sure?
Yep.
Okay. 2. Oh, Lingering Souls right
It's
off
the
the
ruin
bat.
crab. It has to target you.
You've been ruined.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I literally can't target myself.
Oh, okay. That makes
That's
sense.
the difference between it and Hedron Crab.
That makes sense. All right. Well, with what I drew here, I want to change my turn up a little bit. So I'm actually going to Snot Seize you.
Well, but I drew a good card last time.
Well, then you're probably going to have to put that one in the graveyard then, Ross.
But I don't want to.
Well, I'm sorry. Sometimes life's about doing things you don't want. Get that trap out of there. I'm at 18. I'll play events and pass to you.
I would like to mill you for 3 more cards.
All right, fine. Is that all you got?
Turn.
Okay. I'm going to play this. Take 1. I'm going to play Liliana of the Veil. Sack a creature.
17.
Yep.
I will respond by
Got
Field
2
of
good lands.
Ruining. Yeah, they're both good.
This one's good, too. Adds both
I
colors.
think I'll hit the Shambling Vent.
This one adds both colors, too, though. All right.
And then I'll mill you for 3 when my Swamp enters.
Okay. Sack the crab. 3 cards. There's my sword. I got to keep that in mind.
You do now have a Maul of the Skyclaves, which I think is sweet. I've seen it in a lot of Stoneforge decks now.
Oh, okay,
There's a
okay.
one.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Strap that to a batter skull. Good luck getting through that one. I still got a lot of cards here. I think I'm at the equivalent of 16 if you were a burn deck.
Pass the turn.
End step, I'll cling. I don't think it matters too much.
Playing the Ruin Crab then.
No. Let's cling Archive Trap. Draw a card. Untap. Okay. Let's go with... We each discard. Okay. Now, let's go with a Tide Hollow Sculler. Okay. Doesn't matter too much, I guess. If I guess I just have to take the Thirst, otherwise you just get it back. So yeah, let's do that. And I'll take a Pain and make 2 flyers.
So you get a 16.
Yep. Flyer, flyers. Oh no, Dan. Dan did it again. I'll put these for now. But if anybody's looking at this and like, how on earth would you get 2 blue fairies out of here? Just think of Dan making loads of mistakes. For the split 2 seconds.
Here.
All right.
JD's.
Never mind, they're perfect now. All right. JD up in the house. Thank you, Dan.
Play Hedron Crab.
Crap.
Pass the turn.
All right. The Leon of the Veil is a pretty good one against you, I think.
On your draw step, I'm gonna Surgical the Lingering Souls, I guess.
Okay.
I think that's better than hitting the Cling.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I guess you could Cling in response if you wanted to, but I think I'd be pretty okay with that.
Yeah, thinking if I want to do that. I think I do. So I'm going to take a Pain. Go to 15. I'll cling, getting rid of these.
Targeting something in my graveyard?
Yeah, we'll target your Fatal Push. Doesn't matter. Draw a magical card.
Yep. Continue with your turn.
You did that after my draw, right?
Yep.
Okay. Sack a creature. this, and the beatdowns. You said I couldn't pressure you.
I got a 13.
Your go. I got you at 15. My math is wrong.
I fetch shocked on turn 1.
Cool.
Miko Koro.
Okay, that's each player draws, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I could use it now and draw into Blood Chief's Thirst would be really the only relevant thing I can draw in right now.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 cards in hand right now?
3 of them. You know none of them.
I'll just pass. I think turning on your discard spells is probably worse.
Yeah, that seems smart to me. Okay. Let's see here. So if I could, it's not a 2-turn clock if I just animate Shambling Vent twice, so I think I want to slow it down a little bit and maybe just do an extra cling or something. So let's go with a planes, the planes, and then attack for 4.
I go to 9.
And I guess I might as well do this now. I'm gonna cling your surgical. Draw a card. And so 4, 5, 6, 7. It still doesn't increase my clock, but whatever. I'll play a Sculler on nothing.
You go to 14.
Yep, 14 and 9, and pass to you.
Okay. And the turn, activate the Miko Koro.
Each draw. Okay. Fun card to say.
Play Hedron Crab.
Okay.
Prismatic Vista, mill you for 3.
Okay.
So at this point, if I crack the Vista, your Shambling Vets becomes lethal, so any 2-mana removal spell, basically any interaction, will kill me. I don't like that.
I do plan on trying to kill you quickly.
Trying to think just how I can possibly win this game. You have how many cards in hand?
4.
3, 6, 11, 18, 24, 26, 30. So I'm only halfway through your library.
I'm at 10, huh? 10 life.
Pass the turn.
Whatever you do, you just got to promise that if I beat you here, you won't be crabby. It's a crab joke, get it? Get it, chat. All right. What do we want to do here?
Vomit.
I don't want to animate the Shambling Vents, I don't think. It does pressure you to not be able to sack that Vista, like you were saying. And that's somewhat relevant. Okay.
That pun is averaging at a D right now.
Whoa, way above my tier.
D minus.
Okay, that's more like it. That's way above average for me. Just thinking how I best want to sequence this. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, all right. Let's animate Shambling Vent. And let's get in there.
Block.
Okay.
I go to 3, you go to 16.
Yep. 3.
Oh, this is an 02? Oh, the other one's an 03. They confused me. That's fine. That's still fine. So I can... Let me just crack this with the stuff on the stack.
I might respond.
Sure.
So you go to... You're going to go to 2.
Yeah.
I'll push the crab with that on the stack.
That's fine. I think I need to Miko Koro to have a shot.
Okay. Makes sense. Then I will play a second flagstone. Actually, Not even worth it. I don't want to thin my deck, so I'll just play that. Pass to you.
On your end step, Mikakoro.
Okay. Okay. Gonna need something good. Double glimpse. That's probably not enough. Double archive trap might be enough.
You have 27 cards currently.
Oh. Do you have double archive
So
trap?
by Mikakoro, you'll have 26.
Okay.
Double archive trap, 2 times 13 is 26.
You need to make me shuffle my library, though. You need a land, then. Oh, yeah. You're right. I'd like to not search. I'm not gonna. Just not gonna search.
Oh no, there was an archive trap on top.
Oh no.
I already have one.
Oh no.
But I needed to do this first.
I don't have a land. Still shuffled. There's one on top.
Yeah.
So if you draw into it, you win.
Yep.
Wow. I'm cutting your deck. Let's see if who's going to start off with frustration here.
Oh, draw a card.
Oh! Get out of here. This is going to be a fun match. All right, well, we are going to see what we have in our sideboards here between Black-White Stoneblade up against Dimir Mill. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back with sideboarding.
Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Dimir Mill and Orzhov Stoneblade.
Not much.
Sometimes your main decks are just so perfect you don't need to make much, much of a swap. When
These are not the case. No.
On my side, the worst card of my main deck is certainly Surgical Extraction. Even though there's things like Lingering Souls and Cling to Dust that I'm milling over, those aren't the best cards from Corey's side in the matchup, and they're not cards I'm going to be particularly concerned with.
These scream out Uro decks and Mystic Sanctuary decks, where you actually get to 1-for-1 and take care of the problem completely for a game.
And the other graveyard decks, things like Dredge and Crab Vine, where
or
you're
even
going to accelerate
all spells. I bet one Surgical wrecks that deck.
Oh yeah, Surgical insane against
Surgical the Narcomoebas or Surgical
the Vengevines.
Yeah.
You are very right.
What a time to be alive.
So these are coming out in this matchup, bringing in Search for Azcantas, a great card to help us grind through the disruption in the Orzhov deck. I'm also trimming one of the main deck removal spells for the copy of Ensnaring Birds in the sideboard.
Okay.
I would like to trim more of the removal spells, but the rest of the cards in this deck sideboard are not particularly good in the matchup.
Yep.
Which is probably a sign that the matchup's supposed to be good for me, even though I got kind of rolled in game one.
Yeah.
Came close to stealing it, but for the most part, Corey was able to dictate how that game played out.
Yeah.
And really stymie my deck from doing what it was supposed to be doing. But
I mostly just think neither of these decks have either one of them on the radar. Because these feel like fringe decks. Yes, they just both won challenges, but they're not something that you would look back 2 weeks and be like, oh, yes, the dominance of Dimir Mill continues.
Well, you never know in Modern.
I know, but it doesn't seem like either of the lists are super prepared for these. In a extent, because I don't have much going on either here. Just taking out some Kyle's Guiles. You're not a very graveyard.
What was that name again?
Kyle's Guile?
Was it?
Oh, sorry.
Kyle's Guile?
We thought about this during the break, that this card is actually so much worse than we thought that we're changing it to Director Kyle's Guile. So, because he loves bad decks. So, yeah. So, let's change this in editing and put Kyle's Guile up here. Dan, can we do that?
Text too small. Can't really do that.
Dang it.
Can we put a crude picture of perhaps with some stink lines coming out?
Yeah. Every time that this card comes on screen, can you just put Kyle's face up in some regard? Just say yes for the sake of the joke, okay?
Okay, fine, sure.
All right, perfect. So now that Dan is locked in contractually that he's going to edit that,
I never said that.
It's binding here on Versus Live. But anyway,
verbal contract.
Yep, sorry, verbal contract. So I'm bringing in Collective Brutalities. It's not as good. This plan used to be a lot better against the Dimir Mill deck, but now your Crab is an 0-3 for one of them. But being able to kill Crab, take a trap, was just insane. no matter what. So it's actually really, really good. Who would have guessed the milling style burn deck brutality is still good. They do have a lot of similarities. And then I'm bringing in Kaya Usurper here. Another story of just not having a sideboard for this matchup at all. I guess Core Firewalker is the one that didn't transfer over for being good against the burn deck. But other than that, just an upgrade here. If you were to ensnaring bridge me, I can still kill you. Maybe get like a cling if you have or something, but not going to be great either, but definitely better than this. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, yeah.
So not bad.
Does just enough.
My whole deck either takes cards from your hand, kills your crabs, or minorly attacks you. So I wouldn't even say that this is a for sure good matchup on your part. I think you probably are favored, but it's definitely some tricky threats to deal with from my side as well.
Yep. And, the Orzhov deck, relative to other decks in this style, this is sort of just a Jund deck, has threats that are very resilient to spot removal.
Yes.
So the increase in spot removal from my side with the addition of Bloodchief's Thirst is actually probably a downgrade in this matchup over what the list used to be.
And one thing I want to point out that just felt pretty good is once I get to turn 4 and on, I get to draw 2 cards a turn almost every time because you've milled a cling, So maybe that's actually an advantage for you because I am milling myself quicker, but that is a nice, cool thing that this deck produces.
Even if you don't think that, that option is good, giving your opponent options is never good.
Options?
That's just an extra thing they can do. They don't have to do it if they don't want to, but if they deem that, it's correct to do so, it probably is some portion of the time.
Sometimes you can trap people into taking an option that is actually bad, But yeah, for the most part, I agree with you.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my. I have a question for you. Does this card still go get like a black and white land? Or
it does find Gaulish.
All right. Not that that's relevant or anything in my hand, but
I will keep, I guess.
Such confidence.
I'm gonna keep as well, I guess, but mine is also pretty weak.
I'll start on a Watery Grave tapped.
Okay. I got a Flagstone past you.
That was a good draw. Ruin Crab.
Okay.
Blue Delta, mill you for 3.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Okay, that was a pretty good draw on my part. I'm going to take 2 and pass to you.
Brings you to 18.
Yep. At your draw step, I'm just going to crab. Or cast on this. You're going to get your activation regardless, so...
I would just play another land.
Exactly.
All right, so I will crack this a Delta. Gonna get a Swamp.
Okay, mill 3, I'm guessing?
Yes, mill you for 3.
Okay.
So I'm at 19.
Yep.
I will then play a Field of Ruin.
Okay.
I'm going to play an Ashiok Dreamrender.
Ooh.
And mill you for 4 and exile your graveyard. Is that good?
Okay, yep, that's good.
This is a nice one in this deck.
So another rules question. If I were to put a second Flagstone in, do I get to search my library to go get that land?
Nope.
Wow. Okay. Wow. So I shouldn't play this, huh?
Probably not. Double storm rating yourself.
Wow. I got punished
Used to be double storming.
I got punished. Holy cow.
Okay. Well, you're going to get one of my good mill cards.
Okay. So if I could realistically take the trap, well, the thing is you can field me and then archive trap me anyways. So realistically, I just have to take the archive trap then, and I'll pass to you. Well, that was punishing. Holy cow. Ah, the ever common double Flagstone Ashiok interaction. Dang it.
Okay, well, mill you for 10.
Okay.
And then I'll mill you for another 4 and exile your graveyard.
Okay, so this is 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Exiled.
And I will play a Darkslick Shores and pass the turn.
Okay, so I know...
You know both cards.
Oh, okay. All right, attack Ashiok. I'm going to Cling Glimpse.
So 24 in Corey's deck right now. Drawing a card to go to 23.
Ugh. Your go. I feel disadvantaged.
It's a good draw. Ruin Crab.
Okay.
Play Mikokoro, mill you for 3.
Okay.
So that brings you to 20 cards.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just want to field now. So, and I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of how many basics are going to be in a deck like this. It's probably
no
not
clue.
many.
No clue.
Though there is only a single swamp here. So if you just don't, if I cut you off a black mana, that's awesome. And I wouldn't be surprised if you just have the one swamp. Trying to think if I want to Ashiok first and maybe hit another swamp.
Yep,
But
yep.
give you the extra 3 cards in your graveyard in case they're relevant.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel in trouble this game.
I'm going to mill you for 4
Okay.
and exile now.
Oh, that's
that hit
2 more basics. That's got to be bad for me.
And I will field the Godless Shrine.
Okay.
I wonder if I have more basics.
Yep, that was all my basics. Nice hit. Nice hit. Jesus.
Oh, I have an island. Okay, I have 3 islands in a swamp. Now I'll
Okay.
mill you for 3 with the Ruin Crab.
Ugh. Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right. Good times. Good times. Had by all. I will play a Flagstone.
Well, only one of them does.
What?
Right?
Yeah, the legendaries.
Oh, that's just how that works now. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
am I thinking? Okay.
We just remember that, like, when Flagstones was seeing a lot of play in Standard, that's how the Legend rule works. So you just have no targets.
All right, that does it for game 2.
Nice Lotus Petal of Trocaire you got there.
Wow, I could not have been more punished for just keeping a double Flagstone hand. I was like, it's already pretty medium because I had, a lot of black cards, but just Flagstone into Flagstone, get 2 Godless was going to be fine. And then I drew Godless so I could cast a spell. And then, yeah, just got absolutely wrecked because of it. So, yeah, that was fun.
I kept 5 lands, Archive Trap, Glimpse.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Crab on turn 2, Ashiok on turn 3.
Okay, yeah, that's disgusting. Well, now I'm on the play, so at least my Thought Seizes and stuff can maybe get your turn 1 crab, but you do, of course, get extra cards to draw to just, find another one, but I think I would much rather be on the play with Hand Disruption. Or just, Fatal Pushing if you play it on turn 1, not getting any value out of it, so.
Just having more time to establish a clock.
Yep, that too.
To play your Flagstones and find your lands before they all get milled.
So Ross,
Too soon.
so that last turn that you had, why didn't you Field of Ruin first when Ashiok was out? Because Corey can't search.
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, Ashiok says spells and abilities your opponents control.
Yeah, and that's one that Field of Ruin and Ashiok
okay.
does not work
So
that
yeah,
way.
it's not like Leon and Arbiter that stops all searching. Ashiok says only stops your opponent from searching from things they control.
Yep.
So it doesn't stop them from getting things off your Path Exiles or Field of Ruins or
Or
anything like
Ghost
that.
Quarters, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Fair
thought the
enough.
same though too. It seems like it should. It's not very. It doesn't make a lot of sense that it doesn't. Until you just get explained it. But all right, so I'm gonna be going first here. But Dan, we'll take a question from you if you got one.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got our good friend, the boss, Tom Ross in
The
chat.
boss,
Wow.
what's up, bud?
Been a while since we've seen him.
Yeah,
So
an alum.
he's actually wondering with you, Corey, about Skyclave Apparition. Is it good just in general, just due to its power level, or is it only good in stuff like this or mono white Death and Taxes that we have coming up later.
You know, it's a card that deals with any permanent. So in Modern, there is just such a wide variety of stuff that you have to play against. That it seems just like a generally powerful card. Now, I don't think you can just like put it into a control deck or whatever. It's got to synergize with your deck, but I think Skyclave Apparition is just much better in Modern than it is any other format, similar to like Uro, just because of what is around you, you know?
Yeah, when you've got to deal with things like Amulet of Vigor and Uro and Goblin Guide.
Yeah.
And the fact that it can hit all three of those.
Yeah, or, you know, Penned Prism from another deck,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, there's just so many things that it hits. So it just seems like a very good versatile card with anything that is aggressive to mid-range. I don't think you want it in controller combo.
Yeah. And you wouldn't want it in like hyper-aggressive decks. Like the very far end of the aggro spectrum. But anything, you know.
I saw it in a humans list.
Yeah, but that's a disruptive aggro deck.
That's true.
And
that's
anything
true.
with Ether Vial, it's going to get better as well.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like you wouldn't play it in like a Venerated Loxodon kind of deck. Not that exists in Modern, but just,
I could see it as like a one-of in like Corticalling kind of Vizier combo decks. That would be a nice one.
Yeah. No, that sounds great. I think that they've often played like a Knight of Autumn or something.
Yeah.
That could easily just become a Skyclave Apparition. But
Makes
certainly
sense.
anything with Ether Vial, anything doing a little bit of attacking while also being somewhat disruptive, Apparition I think is going to fit really well.
Agreed. Thanks for the question, boss man. We miss you.
He also mentions to you, Ross, it feels weird playing Demir Mill without Drowning the Lock.
Yeah. You know, that's a card that they've played before. I wonder if that's in part a concession to Escape and also a concession to your own Ashiok.
Yeah.
Like, I'm exiling your graveyard, and they're doing it too with Escape cards. So just being, you know, unreliable because of that. You know, this list is very clearly geared towards beating creatures with 4 pushes and 4 Bloodchief's Thirst.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I could see in a more combo-heavy metagame wanting to move towards Drowning the Lock to get some counter spells into the deck as well.
Yeah, Drowning the Lock is a great card.
Yeah.
Great card in this list, that's for sure. Just 2-mana counter or kill anything most of the time, so.
I'm honestly kind of surprised to not see it myself.
Yeah. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, this is the best hand I've had so far.
Oh God, I'm scared. I'm scared. You're
Although it doesn't have a crab. Which means it actually sucks.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say you're dead then. All right. I'm gonna take 2 and sculler you.
Well, Mr. Skull and Bones probably has to take Bloodchief's Thirst, but maybe not.
Yeah.
This could be a turn where Corey decides to take. Well, it's a little awkward because you could say I want to keep my opponent off balance, take a 2-drop and force me to kill that next turn.
That's what I'm considering.
But I have 2 2-drops, so
yeah. So you could just play 2-drop and then the next turn kill into 2-drop.
if you have another discard spell for Bloodchief's Thirst, like that's bad for me. But you didn't have a discard spell on 1 when you could have cast it.
I'm just gonna take the Thirst, and I'll pass to you just because I want to get some beats in as well.
I will play Search for Azcanta.
Alrighty.
Pass the turn.
That's a good draw on our part. Attack for 2.
18 all.
Alright. And now the beats begin. Lingering Souls. Your go.
Upkeep. Don't need this land.
Okay. Crabs.
Eat and Crab.
Okay.
Mill you for 3. Crack this, go to 17. Mill you for another 3.
Okay.
Getting a Swamp.
Schwamp. And then 10? 10. Even I wanted to happen. Mill is pretty satisfying. Honestly, like the first time I played against Mill in like the last year or something, I was just like playing some Yorian nonsense, and the opponent was like, oh, come on. Just super tilted that their first match of their league was up against an 80-card deck.
Yeah. I'm actually going to Bloodchief's Thirst the Sculler. I want to keep the pressure off my life total.
Okay.
I'll have time to cast this Glimpse later, and a discard spell probably hits the trap anyway.
Sure.
Do I want to use this other one on a token? Probably not. Pass.
Okie dokie. Zabeats.
15.
Okay. I'm going to play Aziz. And I am going to push the crab. And I'm going to make 2 more. Your go.
I don't need that land.
Getting close to search here already.
That's incredibly awkward. Okay, I will mill you for 10.
Okay. 3, got my cling. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alrighty.
I have 6 cards currently in the graveyard.
So you can flip his Canter regardless, basically.
Maybe I do need to kill a token at this point.
Definitely possible.
Yeah, I'm just going to kill a Jadine.
Okay.
Pass the turn. It's a little awkward that you still have 5 power because of the vent.
Yeah.
It's a 3-turn clock, but it will require you to tap out a bunch. We'll just turn into a straight race. You have how many in hand?
4.
3, 6, 8, 10, 13, 18, 19, 27. So 33 still in the deck.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah, deck.
I'm at 12.
All right, Lingering Souls. Here go. I'm on the beatdown plan. Should be, with the Lingering Souls there, I'm representing a 2-turn clock.
I've milled 3 lands with this, so that's
Good, good.
It's kind of
Better
nice.
than drawing 3 lands.
Yep. Jesus. Crack this fetch, go to 11.
Okay. Definitely going to be putting the pressure on. Unless you have a bunch of removal or maybe like some crabs to block. I guess these are flying. Looks like I'll have a 2-turn clock here. Just sounds good to me. Mostly because I do not plan on searching my library here anytime soon. I think I'll decline that ability if I play it. But I do love the fact that that deck makes you search.
I will play a Darkslick Shores.
Okay.
And I'll pass the turn.
Alrighty. Draw. Land. Beatdowns.
I'll go to 6.
Alright. Lingering Souls.
Yep.
Alright, now I guess I will have to use these. And you know what? Lingering Souls. Your go. Who says Lingering Souls is not powerful enough for Modern anymore? Look at this. It makes fairies, it makes Jadines. It does it all. Well, I did nothing this game but cast Lingering Souls and 1 Tide Hullsculler. Love it. What a time to be alive.
2 cards.
2 cards. Yes.
That's 10, 15, 21, 26, 28. Yeah. So 32 cards still in Corey's library. I don't think there's a way that I mill him out this turn. So I think my one chance of stabilizing is to find the ensnaring bridge and empty my hand. And that's the tough part. So I think in order to do that, I actually have to end of turn this archive trap and just hope to rip the bridge.
Do you have a land?
No, I drew both searches, which is very awkward.
Well, then you can't do that, right? Oh, just draw the bridge without searching.
Yeah, if I just draw the bridge, then I can empty my hand with it.
Well, that'd be incredibly frustrating.
But if I search and find the bridge, then I still would have to rip something like, I would have to rip Field of Ruin, which would leave me with 5 exactly to cast both bridge. And so it would involve seeing a 1-outer in 4 cards, then drawing into a 4-outer, as opposed to just drawing a 1-outer.
And the nice thing here, now that I have Skyclave Apparition, I'm not cold to that card. I just start clinging you until I find it, which is kind of sweet.
Yeah, I'll mill you for 13 on the end step.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, there's 1. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. What just wholesome magic we got here? Bang! Oh!
Archive trap you again.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13.
And we're left with 5 cards in the library.
5. We're gonna get a mathematician in here, but 5 is not 0. We're gonna double check those figures here, but for now it looks like you're dead.
Honestly, if these search for Ascanthus had been surgical extractions, they might have been better.
Yeah,
Though
it
I
would have
did
forced me to search.
The selection from the search was still good.
Yeah, well, you didn't activate it, but the milling part. Yeah.
Yeah, I got rid of 3 lands off the top of my deck. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like I come up a little bit short. I
Bang.
needed to rip the archive trap in game 1.
Yeah.
I ripped it in game 3 when it was just a little bit short.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you that didn't work for you. J. Dean and this black-white Stoneblade decks takes you down.
And I had another archive trap on top.
Oh, God. Yeah, you were definitely close. It always feels like you always end with single-digit cards against Mill, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But just like Burn, if you don't get them all the way, it's like you did nothing.
It's like you did nothing. Absolutely. Well said. So that's going to do it for round number 1 here. We are going to take a short 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with more Omnath. I'm just kidding. Modern Magic here. Don't go anywhere.
You said the word again.